No! I got no stamina. I've been spamming roots. See, she let me kill her 4 times in 5 seconds just to get me into a false sense of security, making me think I could just burn all my endurance on attacks. Impernetree ad sec bug. If you hit mob close range, all 3 wave hit. Oh yeah. This spell's like a shotgun.
Can I ask Noxxy to make a death compilation on Millennia?
I think people would be offended to see how I'm fighting Millennia. Oh no. I'm dead. Yeah. Alright. I gotta stop doing that. Dude, that's 2 attempts in a row. I just stood at the entrance and spam clicked. I gotta stop doing that. I am because I kill her with 7 tries. Tony, do you go to like high schools and like pull up next to children and then brag about how good your grades were in the past? That's you right now. I would say like I'm happy for you to be polite, but I'm not. I'm not happy for you. Hi, what's up? Boy and Chip are here to visit. Hello, dude.
Oh, look at the cute little kitty.
Alright. Thank you for the visit.
Bye.
Bye. Door, please. Understood. I thought I was far enough away for the backward dodge. My point is read a butt, dodge, and jump what better? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. But I'll just lock on to the words dodge and what jump dodge better. Yeah, for sure. Dude, I'm basically being cheesy right now. I'm trying to see if I can continue to burst her from phase 1 to phase 2 and then not even bother to learn phase 1. I'm pretty sure you could go to anyone struggling with any boss in the entirety of Elden Ring and say dodge better, and it would be like the exact same amount of helpfulness. Like, yeah, it's technically true. Dodge better would fix most problems in this game. Oh, he interrupted it! He interrupted her waterfowl! Dennis, you got the rod, get back! Okay, who is she on right now? She's on the Mimic. Okay, still on the Mimic. She's on me. Oh god, what? Okay, I've not seen that before. That's the flower thing. Ah, dang. Still struggling with waterfowl. So yeah, she unlike Radon, even when the Mimic is dead, she has some moves where she pauses for so long after the move that I can continue to cast long cast time spells. So, like, even when the Mimic's dead, if I can dodge waterfowl, I can finish her off myself. But that's the move I'm struggling with right now. You so bad, so is your grammar. Welcome to the stream, Blink. Is that hitting her through the wall? No, it's not. It's not. Ah, yeah. Dodged the wrong way. I needed to go through her, not backwards. She is pretty slow. That's why I like to fight. You don't have to perma-spam dodge. Yeah. Yeah, this is, like, I'm basically have the freedom to try so many stupid strategies with this because she is so much less pressure than Consort Radon was. Consort Radon, it was much more limiting in how you can play. This, though, she waits a week between attacks, it feels like. I couldn't even see the graphic. Too many roots. I feel like she's going to go rage Weed the Garden after all these thorns. What talismans are you running? I think spellcast speed, spellcast how, like, the strength of spells, HP and mana regen. Because I don't think I need any specific resistances for this fight. Ah, she's invulnerable right now because she's doing a grab animation. I'm going all in. Big proc. She's on me. Focus on defense. No! Ah, oh, dude, so good. Doing so good. I'm still have trouble telling when she leaps in the air which of her, because there's leap in the air and then bop, 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 and then there's leap in the air, crash down like a meteor, and then there's leap in the air, waterfowl, and then there's leap in the air, send down Naruto clones. I still have not done this enough that I recognize them apart from each other. I noticed Dennis is standing around casting Flame Cleanse Me a lot. I haven't really seen that. He has 3 healing items, the raw meat dumplings, so he uses those sometimes. You might have seen that. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was the wrong thing. Mimic has no aggro until now. There we go. It's funny, this strat kind of felt like it was worse than melee on Radahn, but I did it anyway because I enjoy it. But on this fight, it actually feels like it, like, kind of busted. Hey, we avoided that pretty well. I'm happy about that. Dennis running into the Scarlet Rot like a moth to the flame. Greed! So stupid. Oh my god, yo, anyone who's learned this fight properly would friggin' see this and scream. I didn't even learn it.
Oh, dearest Mukluk, my brother. I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
Remembrance of the Rot Goddess. Yo, okay, Consort Radahn took me, even like with this strategy, like this strategy on Consort Radahn was like, it felt bad, but I did it because I thought it was fun and I was stubborn. On this, it felt busted. Like, she was so much easier. She just walks towards you slowly and lets you do whatever you want. Oh my goodness. Used what the game provided? Yeah. What did you learn? I just went in and destroyed her. Yeah, dude, Radahn, I still had to learn all of his abilities and stuff like that. Her, I did not. I did not have to learn her skills. I did not have to learn it. Okay. Now blindfold while controlling the game with bananas. I messed up Hornson's questline. Should I just speed run the main game and restart the DLC or stick it out? I don't know who Hornson is. I'm sorry, Jashu. I can't answer that question. It took me 70 tries and wipes on her on level 7 naked. Level 7 naked. Hand of Melania. Oh, you can get the waterfowl dance. Causes bleeding buildup. Scarlet Aeonia. 35 faith. Creates a giant flower that explodes with scarlet rot. You want to see Muck? I do not, Heisen. Thank you for asking. When you've seen one naked guy beat Melania, you've seen all of them. Okay, well. I mean, I guess I've got some runes to spend. Endurance, I guess. Well, chat, I guess I kind of feel like I beat Elden Ring. We beat the DLC, we killed Consort Radon, that one took many, many days. Then I was like, well, you know, I never did Melania, so I'll go back and do Melania, and then that took an hour. So, I don't know. I mean, there might be some side boss in a dungeon somewhere I missed, but I wouldn't know where. Time to New Game Plus? I don't like this game enough to New Game Plus it. Like, it's fine. I don't like it that much. Did you fight the giant two-headed dragon in the base game? I don't remember. I do not remember. Windshark says yes. So I guess I did. I don't know. Alright. Well, okay. I got a tradition on my channel. Anytime I'm about to finish with a game, I do a review of the game. I'm going to talk about that now for anyone who is interested in that. So, Elden Ring. Did you fight Bale? Yeah. He was not fun at all because before you even finish zoning into the room, he charges you and just like slams into you while your camera is still looking at your back from the door. I think that was absolute trash design. Yeah, I think Bale was one of the worst design fights in the DLC. What level are you now with everything done? Hang on a sec. 209. Okay, so we just finished, in my opinion, the DLC. I reinstalled Elden Ring to do the DLC. After beating Elden Ring the first time, I went through the game, spoiler-free. So I didn't know Melania existed. There was lots of side stuff that I didn't know existed. I beat the Elden Beast, and then I uninstalled the game. I didn't have the desire to keep playing it. It has some of the worst keyboard and mouse controls I've ever seen. Now, I mentioned this before, but I'm just going to say it again just to have everything in one location. A game that says it's for controller only, that's totally fine. I won't buy it. That's not for me. I'm not the target audience. But if it says it supports mouse and keyboard, I expect it to support mouse and keyboard. This game advertises that it supports mouse and keyboard, and it has some of the trashiest mouse and keyboard keybinds I've ever seen. That was really, really bad. So I was not looking forward to the DLC. I installed it because I'm a streamer and lots of people wanted to see it. I was not excited to play it because it meant going back to those terrible, terrible controls. You cannot hotkey anything. If you're in the middle of a fight and you're frantically trying to heal, you're like, next, 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 next. I went too far. Next, 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 dead. You know, you've got these 4 things behind me. You've got 4 next, next, next buttons and a use button for each of them. You cannot put your heal on 1, your fireball on 2, your throw dagger on 3. You cannot keybind anything in terms of hotkeys. You just have that. The worst offender is the keybind for, let me see if I can find it here. Backstep, dodge roll, and dash are all the same button. This is absolutely garbage. That means there are times that you're trying to do one of those things and you do one of the other of those things and fall off a cliff or run into an attack and die. Doing a dash into a dodge or a dodge into a dash is always fickle because you have to like hit the key at different amounts of time like you're typing in Morse code on it. So absolutely hate that. Not a fan of that at all. The customization in the game of like spells and stuff like that, I did enjoy that. I do want to say, you know, some good things about the game. For example, I did not enjoy Sekiro because Sekiro, you are dude with sword. There's no faith run, there's no sorcery run, there's no sword and shield run, there's no two-hand, there's no dual wield. You're just guy with sword, no archery, nothing else. There's only one way to play the game. If you don't like it, tough. I enjoyed the customization. So I did like half of this game with like sword and shield and holy magic, and then I respec and did half the game with sorceries. And I enjoyed it. I liked being able to, you know, it was kind of funny sometimes watching videos of other people's experiences, and some things that was super easy for them as pure melee was very, very hard for me. But then there was some stuff that was super easy for me that was very, very hard for them. Millennia. So yeah, it was just how it is. That was just how it is. The customization was good. The open world was cool. It was absolutely massive. I did feel like it was almost impossible to play the game spoiler-free. For example, in the DLC, when I was trying to get down to this area, I had to, like, go here, and then go down here, and then there was a cave here, and then that cave spat out over here, and then I could go over here. Like, to get down here, I had to start up here. I could not find it. There was multiple times I could not find, like, some really obscure location that takes me off to Timbuktu or wherever I needed to go. So I had to, like, Google how to get there. So this game, it has so many hidden things that you very much... I felt like multiple times I needed to go, you know, look up how to get to a location because it would be so hidden. That's kind of the point minus Google. Yeah, so, I mean, and that's not a complaint. That's just me reflecting on what I went through. I don't know that that's a bad thing, but it does make it difficult to do a spoiler-free run, because, you know, I had to look up some stuff. Like, I think there was one time I was trying to get somewhere. I don't remember where, and I had to go back to this castle and climb in a coffin, and then I, like, washed down a river. I don't know how a stone coffin washes down a river, and I ended up at a completely different location. So I've been trying for hours to get to this other location, and the answer was, like, find a coffin and surf in it. And I was like, oh my god, are you serious? Map for your current location, yeah, look for it on the other side of the whole map. Yeah. That's base game. Maybe it was base game. No, I think the coffin thing happened in the DLC and the base game both. I think that was both of them. Is there a reason you aren't using a controller? Quite simply, I'm terrible with it. I never had consoles growing up, so I have got like 30 plus years of experience on mouse and keyboard. I'm very good with mouse and keyboard, and I have like 5 hours on controller. Like, when I'm holding one, I'm like, how do I jump? And you're like, right dingle dongle. I'm like, what? Like, when I'm using a controller, it looks like this. I can't even, like, do the camera well because I'm just bad at it. So I will play a game that has, like, any game that just says, oh, this is only for controller, I just don't buy or play that game. But if it says it has mouse and keyboard controls, then I'm like, oh, shoot, yeah, okay, I'm interested. And then if it's bad, I will complain about it. And this is one of those cases. This is one of those situations. Like, Lies of P was really, really fun. Loved that game also, but it also had dash and dodge on the same key, which got me killed many times. You never use right dingle dongle for jump, you liar. Well, shows how much I know, I guess. I can't use a controller to save my life because I've only been on PC and never on console. The camera control is a pain for me. I will say, someone mentioned Bale a minute ago. Bale and Consort Radon were two fights in the DLC that you could not, like, if you, let's say you want to summon a Mimic or another player or something, you couldn't summon outside the room. You had to walk through the portal and walk into the room, then start those things. But the boss would already be just blitzing at you and just smash you into the wall, while your camera would still look like this. Your camera would still be showing your back coming through the portal, and you would just be getting blitzed by them. I think that was bad design. I would very much love to see them take a break. They changed that. There was one boss that's riding like a giant warthog or boar or something, and he used to just like run over people the moment they came through the door, and they changed him to spawn further away, and then he's charging toward you. So you have a second to react to it. I think they should do that with Consort Radon and Bale. Like, if they're going to have mechanics like you can go into the Bale fight and then there's a sign in there for a quest guy and you're supposed to summon him to do his quest, like, why can I not do it outside the room? In Dark Souls 3, I could summon the quest mobs to do their quest outside the room. I didn't have to do it while I was getting stabbed by the boss. And I've seen a bunch of people say, oh, it's because of the scaling. If you summon outside, the boss gets strong. Well, that's their design. They didn't do that in DS3. They didn't have to do that here. They could change that. So I'm saying I think they should. I don't think they're going to listen to little old me, but I think they should. If you're going to set in like quest mobs for players that are bad, or for if they want to do the quest, you shouldn't have to summon it while you're getting stepped on by the dragon. Just do it outside the room. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, time now. No. I see Masochism Monday. No, Ramonas, we just finished. We're just reviewing. They were really aggro on the DLC bosses. Yes, they did. But yeah, that's, I think that's it. I think it's kind of unfortunate that I got some of the stuff I really enjoyed so late in the game. Like, I will say, minus the couple of boss complaints I just mentioned, like Bale and Consort Radon, I feel like the spells and abilities and items that made the game the most fun for me, I feel like I got those things after 100 hours. So, like, my last 30 hours of the game were way more fun than my first 100, and that's a shame. That's a shame. As I find that unfortunate. I think they mostly did that on people in the DLC to prevent people Kamehameha bosses. It didn't stop me. I still Kamehameha'd quite a few bosses. They went really aggro the DLC. Yeah, they did. Yeah, the DLC, going back to Malenia after fighting Radon felt stupid. I'd say they probably didn't like the critic that it's the easiest Souls game. Deleted Comet Azure, Muck has it too. Yeah, I used Comet Azure on a few fights, but like, for example, there was a few boss fights where like I would use Comet Azure as the opener, and I would get them maybe to half health, and then like kind of start the fight from there. So like I don't think I deleted any from full to 0, but there were quite a few I softened up with that. It doesn't like nearly as long. Yeah, the flask with Comet Azure combo, I would often like get bosses to half health if I was able to start with that. And all the bosses in the DLC, usually what they would do is like, let's say they're on my Mimic, if I did 1 point of damage to them or 1 point of healing to myself, they would turn back to me. And then if the Mimic hit them like 3 to 4 times, it would change from me back to the Mimic. And so, like, I got to the point where I was able to predict pretty well, like, when they were going to target swap. And then it was such a shock to come back to the base game and be like, wow, Malenia's just ignoring me and just focusing the Mimic the whole time. What is happening right now? So now I'm thinking that they made, like, new AI for the DLC bosses when it comes to, like, what targets they're gonna hit. Next Elden Ring DLC bosses reflect magic and drain Mimic health. Well, I mean, not reflect magic, but drain health. Malenia did drain health. Every time Malenia hit the Mimic, she would heal. As far as reflect, those big knights with the shields, the tree knights, they would reflect spells. So if I was shooting them with spells or the Mimic was shooting them, it would just blow ourselves up. I'll say Mimic got the most fun though when I got this weapon. It's a really crappy item in terms of spell power, but it lets you cast any type of magic. Faith or sorcery. So if I summon the Mimic with this, he could use self-healing on himself, and he could use offensive sorcery magic. And that's when it got really good. That's when it got really good. But that was our journey through the Elden Ring DLC and also Malenia. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm gonna say that this one is done.